Hello everyone, and welcome to this new series. So in my little intro video, I guess I misled you because I said these were all in first position, which they could all be played, at least this one could be played in first position, but I thought we might try shifting around a little bit. And of course you don't have to. On Patreon I've attached a picture of my fingerings that I've put in, but we're gonna go through them together just so that you can grab a pencil and we just pop them in really quickly. You can play them all in first position, but if you want to try out these little fingerings, you can do that, and I will attempt to hold your hand and help you figure out how to get from point A to point B in whatever position will be in second or third position. So just click on your link that's listed below. It'll take you to imslp.org, and you'll see Old Masters for Young Players, Easy Classical Pieces for Violin or Viola and Piano. And we're gonna go ahead and go to the Sheet Music tab, click on Book 1 for Violin. Oops, let me click on the right thing here. And it'll take you to the very first one, which is called Air by Henry Purcell, arrangement by Alfred Moffat. So I'm gonna go to my little picture of this, and let's grab a pencil. We'll just kind of pop in these fingerings together. So in the first measure, I have a 2 written over the very first note, and that will put you in second position. So what one would do is one would start in first position, and you could start on an F sharp, or you could start on an F natural. Maybe F natural is better since there's no sharps and no flats in this key. Start at an F natural, and then you're going to shift up a whole step, and then second finger is a whole step away. So first finger's on G, second finger would be on A. So that would be your starting note. You're going to just stay there for a little while. And then we're going to come back down to the first finger in first position on the note B as in butterfly. So you can see I've marked that in the second measure, the quarter note. And then in the next measure, we're going to go right back up, but just a half step this time. And remember, when you're shifting, it's not the finger that's shifting, otherwise it's going to be a nightmare for you with your intonation. Just keep your finger the way it always looks, and you're going to use your arm to take you up. Right? And for those of you that like to death grip, please relax so that you can actually move. Isn't that easier? So here we are in measure 3. You're on the note C natural. So we shifted up a half step. First finger's on C. And then come back to 1. There's a trill there. A trill is just the note that's written and going to whatever note for the key signature is above it. So you're just going to go back and forth. So it's not a C sharp because we don't have any sharps in the key signature. So it's a C natural. 1, 2, 3. Now this is a tricky one, but it's not that tricky. So all we're going to do is we're going to go to the A string, which is right here, but instead of with second finger, you're going to go with first finger. So it's just a little half step up, because on the A string, your first finger normally sits here on the note B. So you're just going to move it up a half step. So it'll look like this. This is the note before. This is our G. And then first finger goes to C. So here we are on the second measure of the second line. So first finger is on the note C. We're in second position. There's a lot of second position in here. I know how we love second position, but it's really helpful. So we're going to stay in second position for a while. And then we're going to go back to first finger in the third line, beginning of the third line, only to go right back up a half step to second position. Back to first position. There's our trill. And once again, that same thing, shift up a half step, first finger just goes to the A string. Now here we are on the fourth line, the third measure. We're going to put second finger on the note E. So right now we're on the note C. So we need to shift first finger up a whole step to the note D, and then second finger E is just a whole step away. So this is now third position. This is the first time that we've gone to third position. So we're on the note E here. Just go back a half step, and then back up another half step, so we're back to third position. So it's just stay in third position, and this is the biggest shift that we've done. We're going to go back to fourth finger. Now this is the note F. We're going to go to where second finger is currently, but just with fourth finger. So in order to do that, we have to bring our fingers all the way back to first position and then find your fourth finger. So if you practice it, first finger leads the way, and then hand pattern it until you can kind of go quickly. So then just stay in first position. Put a fourth finger on the E. All right, so, you know, typically we want to avoid an open E if we can, because it's just really harsh. And also if you're doing vibrato, it's like vibrato, vibrato, open E, and then vibrato, vibrato, open E. So it just doesn't fit very well. So now that we've got the fingerings in, let's just give it a little try together. You can play it in first position maybe to start with, just kind of get a feel of it. And then what I would do is just refer back to the very beginning of this video where we talk about how to get from point A to point B. You just always want to shift on the first finger. First finger has to get there first, and then you can walk to whatever finger you need to go to. So maybe let's make that a rule. Just write down on the page, always shift first finger first, and then walk to what finger you need. All right? So let's take it from the beginning. It says andante molto espressivo. So andante is about 72, and we're going to be very expressive. All right, there is going to be a moment at the end, the last two measures, with a small pullback, so that we'll kind of not be with the metronome for the last two measures. Okay, so let's give it a try together if you'd like. Maybe try it in first position. And by the way, let's also try to be aware of the dynamics. I'll try to. We're starting out mezzo forte, which isn't very loud. It's just kind of a regular kind of speaking voice. And then in measure 3 and 4, we're going to use more bow so that we can crescendo, and then less bow as we decrescendo. And just watch out for pianos. Pianos are usually overlooked. See if you can play really quietly, like completely change the color on the piano if you can. And we actually stay piano for a while. A lot of this is actually piano, with little moments of hairpins or crescendos and decrescendos. And then at the very end, last line, we go back to mezzo forte, and then we end in a little poof of nothing. All right, so maybe the upper part of the bow would be good for this since it's so quiet, and maybe a little bit closer to the fingerboard, right? That might kind of give it a light, airy sound. So if you're gonna start in second position with me, first finger's on the note F, because there's no sharps and no flats, shift up a whole step to G, second finger's on the note A here. Okay, bows on the string in the upper half maybe. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to not be with the metronome. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this beautiful piece, Air by Henry Purcell. Or is it Purcell? Is it Purcell or is it Purcell? If you have a pianist friend, give your pianist friend the piano music and see if you can play this together. What am I saying? Together. Play this together. Anyway, and sorry for my squeaky shoes. I'm wearing these very squeaky shoes, so every time I put them together, they sound like this. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here today. Happy practicing, and next time I see you, we'll do a bowing. So next week, we won't do another song. Chew on this for a little bit, and we'll do another little bowing technique next time. All right, comment below. Let me know if you like it and you're having fun, and I hope to see you at one of our group classes this month. All right, lots of love.